fucking roll.
We're
Son of a bitch.
We're already rolling. Go do your thing. We're already rolling. I gotta do the intro.
Yeah, do your thing.
So,
Fucker.
hello.
Most professional.
Welcome to another professional episode of Anarchy Among Friends Roundtable discussion. Before we get started, let me first remind you that we are covered by the BIPCOT No Government License, which allows for the use and the reuse of this podcast by anyone and everyone except for governments and the bludgies thereof. You can learn more about that at bipcot.org. That is BIPCOT.org. We're also covered by Brandenburg v. Ohio, 1969, which ruled that the government cannot punish inflammatory speech unless that speech is, quote, directed to inciting or producing imminent lawless action and is likely to incite or produce such action. So everything said here on Anarchy Among Friends Roundtable discussion is entirely hypothetical. This is episode 200, which was supposed to be awesome and have a special guest. But they didn't see my message with the link to the podcast. Oh, and one of our guys is sick, and another one of our guys is driving, and the other guy's changing his shirt. So you get to listen to me for the foreseen the future. So Shell, what's up, man? Cantankerous. And then I saw Jack, and then Monkeys in the chat, my homies. But yeah, this is episode 200 of the most professional podcast on the interwebs. We're supposed to have Dave from Poppins Patches, but he'll either show up or he won't. All that other good stuff. Yeah, what's up, Jack? Jack's down there in Florida. He was posting pictures of the repairs that he's making on the in-laws' place. Bro, like, Florida got messed up pretty bad. Oh, okay. Dave's up and on. Okay. So now we're just waiting for Dave now. And then we'll start talking about things that are interesting. If this is painful, I'm sorry. Oh, Scott, what's up, man? Cantankerous Tinker. Okay. Yes, that knowing who you are, that absolutely makes a lot of sense. So, yes, Cantankerous Tinker. Isn't that your website or something like that where you sell that stuff? I don't know. So we're just waiting on Dave now. He finally saw my message, and waiting for Josh to get back. But we're live. So, and I'm not going to edit this out. If you're listening to this on the MP3, I'm sorry. I make no apologies for how professional we are. But yeah, what was that? What was that other comment that I wanted to address? Oh yeah, Scott said that print shoot repeat. PSR got their second strike on YouTube, and they're threatening to delete his channel. He's the big guy. Yeah. So, are you back yet?
I'm back.
You're back. Okay.
I'm throwing a patch on and.
Why?
Huh?
You're a patch whore.
You're way more of a patch whore than I am.
I have a patch binder now.
A patch finder or a binder?
A binder.
Oh.
Yeah, like. Yeah, it's a binder for my patches. Yeah.
Yar mateys.
Yeah. Dave, get out of the chat and onto the podcast. Come on, man. Well, he saw my link. Finally.
Wonder if Chris is going to join us at all.
I have no idea. They're probably watching the damn game. Watching the Packers lose. You can't say anything because your girl's a Packers fan.
She's not even watching the game right now because she's like in that mode of, well, she's watching the stats because we don't have TV. So
lucky for her.
She'll get pissed off and throw a fit here in a bit.
Oh yeah. Them boys and their Packers. Yeah, Brett. Like, I don't know. Packers fans are weird. Yeah. Unlike us sophisticated 49ers fans, whose team won today.
You know, against the Rams for the 8th straight regular season win.
It wasn't really.
Yep.
It was handedly too. Right? Like it wasn't like it was back and forth in the first half, and then the second half the Niners went, watch this.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
And Christian McCaffrey threw a touchdown. I wonder how that affects the fantasy points when a running back throws a touchdown.
That's a good question. I kind of stopped playing fantasy when I left California.
Yeah.
I would expect it adds pretty good points.
Brett says the only normal sport is retarded gorillas on steroids yeeting weights. Like, not wrong. not wrong. Speaking of that, the Rogue Invitational is going on right now, and I was watching Strongman with Bobby Thompson. Bobby Thompson, fucking 430-pound shoulder press.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Just ridiculous how strong that guy is. But Vikings beat my Cardinals. Why are you a Cardinals fan, Dave? Aren't you like in Cornville?
Because he doesn't know any better?
Well, I mean, there's no... Is there any Midwest team? Like the Chiefs and the Ram or the not the Rams. They're not St. Louis Rams anymore, huh?
Nope, they're back in LA.
No, Cincinnati. Can't be a Cleveland fan. So this is terrible radio. But I'm not apologizing for it because we are professionals.
New flag. No disassemble.
Where'd you get that one at?
Actually, I found the no disassemble on Etsy.
Mm-hmm. Dave's on Etsy.
Gotta love going through Etsy to find stuff, which I found a few of my patches that I got, which I found this one.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got the redacted flag over your shoulder there too. Isn't that the new one?
That is. That's the newest of the new. Join or die redacted.
Where'd you get that one from?
That one I got from a friend of a friend. Where's my phone? I'll look it up. He had some excess ones, so he dropped the price like $15, something like that. Andrew Hatt.
Andrew Hatt
on Facebook. He is friends with
Alan Limp, right?
Alan Limp.
Yeah.
Alan sent out a post saying his buddy had extra flags for this mount, and me and Chris jumped on it.
Nice.
I think he had like 3 different versions. He had this join or die one, and then he had another one. I think he had like 3 designs. Something like that.
All of the same persuasion word that we can't say in the first 10 minutes of a podcast.
Correct. The redacted stripes.
Mm-hmm.
And just a different banner in the corner.
None of the igloo ones?
None of the igloo ones. I would have jumped on that one.
I don't know why they stopped doing the igloo ones. I always thought that was a better name for it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, on the scroller on the bottom of our screen, we got to drop Boog Boogie because he's not on Twitter. I haven't found him. I haven't heard from him. Nothing.
Nah. Oh.
Hey, who's this character?
Hello, Dave.
How's it going, guys?
Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, I'm scoping your patch wall now.
That's just the ones that I made.
Oh, okay. You got a few on there.
In the other office.
Yeah. How many patches would you say that you have? Like in total?
Like all together, or just the ones I made?
All total.
500-600.
Yeah. I got about 100. I need more.
I got like
If we
I got,
count the
like,
ones I have in inventory, probably
less than
like
20.
6,000 or 7,000. But
Yeah.
those don't
What
count.
are you? Oh, is that the V2 hat?
Yes, sir.
Was it?
No, I got to get the black one of that. I still haven't ordered it yet. Maybe next
rainbow
check I'll
stripe?
order one.
Finally named a face. You can see his face if you follow his Instagram. He posts pictures all the time. That's at Poppins Patches.
I post pictures of our executive quality assurance officer more than I post pictures of myself. But yeah,
Your executive quality assurance officer.
my daughter.
That's generally how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Nepotism's fine.
Nothing wrong with it.
And follow him on Facebook, Jason. Fucking, I'm not on Instagram. Loser.
We got the multicam black there, Trickhorns.
That is the one I want.
That's nice.
Except I'm going to have to order two, one for me and one for my wife.
Well, I got plenty of them. I got Halloween ones, and then sometime this week, I got more multicam ones coming of multiple sizes, and maybe not Jason's particular thing, but funny anyway. I got MAGA ones. They're all red. I'll say great side.
There's some people out there that would like that. There's a resurgence of the Tea Party.
Yep.
I didn't want him to announce that he was running after the midterms and then not have them ready and like wait 2 months before they were out.
Yeah. You still think I think he has to run at this point.
I think he would. It'd be silly not to.
Yeah. I mean, I want DeSantis to stay in Florida. I think he's doing absolutely fantastic down there, and I don't think what he's doing in Florida would work on the national level. I think there'd be way too much pushback, and then there'd be a counter resurgence, right, on the left from him, and that would not be good.
No matter who runs as a Republican next time, they're going to say they're the next HITLER anyway.
Oh, of course.
That's fair. Yeah.
I don't know how the algorithm works on the YouTube side of things.
I think you can say it as long as you're not saying it. No, even you can say it in a positive light if it's educational.
I haven't been on YouTube before. If I say I'm a Democrat, can I say it?
Probably. I'm sure if you say you're a Democrat, you whip out your dick and it'd be okay.
Oh, okay then.
Please don't. We have an all-male chat room.
Oh boy. I could be like Mr. Pelosi.
Be like, what now?
I said I could be like Mr. Pelosi. Go grab a beer out of the mini fridge and get hammered just like he did. Oh, wait.
That's not a hammer.
Wrong
This is
hammer.
a hammer.
No, that's a hammer.
I saw something like that. Pete Quinones posted a meme about it, and I said, double entendre has a whole different meaning in this category.
I had someone text me earlier saying I need to make a patch of just like a hammer with a crown on it instead of like Pelosi, king of getting hammered.
Oof. I dislike that one. I'm like 17 miles outside of her district.
Gross. And we've
In
talked
the
about
Bay
this
Area.
before, but why?
In the Bay Area
Well,
here, yeah.
Isn't like Newsom, Governor Newsom, her nephew or something?
No,
No, I thought it was. I thought they were related in some way.
no, not to my
I
knowledge.
prefer
But
the knucklehead related to
you
the
know-
Cuban conspiracy.
you know what's scary? You know what's really scary is the only thing keeping Nancy Pelosi from being an actual senator is Dianne Feinstein, and that's
She's
because
so
they
old.
represent. That's because they represent the same district.
Oh,
And they're
Small
both like
miracle.
the same age. They both need to just keel over.
They're both older than dirt. Brett, all politicians are literally Hitler. Yeah, more or less. I'm not going to argue with that too much.
I wouldn't be upset if Carrie Lake got into the governorship and then went higher from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dream
Yeah,
ticket right now would probably be a Trump DeSantis. I just don't know if it would actually like fly.
A Trump DeSantis dream ticket, huh? I don't know. I think they would clash too much. I the left would just literally explode, though. It would just be spontaneous combustion.
You do
And
4 years of Trump, then you do 8 years of DeSantis.
You remember when they planned during Obama, when Obama's like last 2 years, they were talking about Michelle Obama in 2020, and then these other people in 2024, and then like the daughters in like 2028, and it's just like
gross.
Just gross. Let's stop. Just stop. No.
Can I vote for Teddy Roosevelt again?
Have you been following Ammon Bundy's campaign up there in Idaho?
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah. You're a fan?
More or less. I haven't like pulled out the pamphlet that shows like all of his ballot issues, but I like what I've seen so far.
It's literally straight line constitutional.
He's the guy from the ranch standoff, right?
Yes, he's the son, Cliven's son. He also did the Mauer Wildlife Refuge standoff up there in Oregon. That was a sagebrush rebellion style pushback. But he put out a recent campaign video of him. He's driving a U-Haul, right? He hops out of the U-Haul and goes, "When I'm elected governor, if you don't like it, we'll help pay you to leave, because it's cheaper than giving you welfare.
Help pay you to live there."
Yeah, it's a reverse. Like, Ammon Bundy gets elected, he will literally pay liberals to leave. He also said he wants to throw the people that do the drag queen story hour. He wants to throw those people in prison.
Those people are freaks.
Yeah, I agree. Now we're gonna get canceled off YouTube.
Like Andrew. So, like, I have my boogaloo-ish libertarian circle of friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite all the way libertarian, and I'm not quite like my dad's version of republicanism. I'm some place in between that. And
is he
so they'll say the drag queens have the right to do whatever. I'm like, yeah, but not in front of kids, because that's a crime.
Not in front of kids. Yeah, I don't care what you do, just don't push on other people.
That would not be a victimless crime, so to speak.
Oh, I agree. So, tell us about the patch industry. Why'd you start doing patches?
So my wife and I got married 3 years ago. And for the longest time, I've been into paintball, airsoft, shooting guns and such. And she said, "That's cool. That's great." She even went out with me one time and played, broke her leg. Good time.
Fantastic introduction.
We were playing at night out in the cornfields of Iowa. And I told her to stay close to me because I had the flashlight, and she didn't listen. And she stumbled off of a small ledge. It was probably about 2 feet high or something like that. Nothing too big. But she sprained her ankle, or she had broke her leg or something like that. And she's mad at me that I'm yelling at her to give me her hand so I can pull her up. And she's thinking that I'm worried about the gun or that I'm just being a jerk. And so I was like, "Honey," shine the light a little bit past her, and she saw there is about a 35-foot drop off right behind her, right into a river. She goes, "Oh," and like the wall she's sitting on is crumbling, very similar to like how Emperor's New Groove was. She goes, "I thought you were just being an asshole." I was like, "No, crumbling wall, get up here." So after we got, she was cool with airsoft and everything fine then. Once we got married, though, about a couple days after that, she goes, "Well, I'm not so sure I'm cool with you spending all of our family money on your hobbies there, because I don't get to go out on any of these things." She goes, "Maybe if you started a side hustle, so it's not coming out of the family budget." I said, "All right." I'd seen patches were done before, and I used to work security at Google at the time, so I had plenty of time to doodle and draw. So I started doing patches. And last year we brought in about $40,000 doing patches. And by we,
nice.
I mean me. And so she goes, "Well, do you want to take some of that money, since you're doing so well? I didn't expect that. Do you want to take some of your money and put it back in the family fund?" I said, "No." she goes, well, I don't have slush fund to go buy guns and vacations and coffees and all that kind of stuff. And I said, you know what you could do? You could start a side hustle. And she didn't find that smart. I did. But since then, I've just been going to games, and I'll draw whatever pops in my head, or somebody will send me an email like, hey, you should draw something like this. I got one fan that sent me an email saying I need to draw. Former Vice President Joe Biden as who's the bald bad guy in Harry Potter?
Voldemort.
Voldemort. He said I need to draw him as Voldemort saying expensive petroleum. So I got to work on that one. And then I mentioned I got the email today that I need to draw like King of Getting Hammered. Some things I can understand why I'd be instantly banned on social media, and other things I have no idea why I got in trouble for it. But I get in trouble for it all the same.
Like the tropical fish patch.
Oh yeah, tropical fish. They hate tropical fish. That was one of my original best-selling patches, and it started off as the Boogaloo Shark red, and then Boogaloo Shark blue because I sold out of red ones, had to remake them. And then I got a takedown notice from Etsy, said it was for terrorism. Then
for terrorism,
I created my own website from that, so poppinsPatches.com, and then Shopify told me I need to take him down. So then I relisted him up as tropical fish.
Yeah,
fish or Boogaloo sharks was bad. Tropical shark was bad. Now regular fish or tropical fish is fine.
Tropical fish.
Actually, I have a whole little gambit of ones that have been taken down over the years. Like, I don't know if you can see this. This is a takeout box. It says sweet and sour Wuhan chicken on it with a little bat. That's apparently inciting racial tension, hatred, and violence. So that got taken down. This one here is a plague doctor holding a stick with one of those little prodding sticks they would use with like a line. It's got tip toilet paper, Corona on it. Work hard and play hard. And they said that one was profiting off of human suffering and tragedy. However, if I had made it as a mask, that'd be perfectly fine. But a patch, not so much. Angry Silly String here, which is a pepper spray. Me and my sergeant, I can't really show that one. Me and my sergeant came up with this one while I was working at the jail still. Apparently that's bad because it's copyright infringement on Silly String.
What?
Muy Caliente here is a flamethrower with a sombrero. That's apparently racist because I'm not allowed to speak Spanish. What else do I got? My wood chipper here.
I have that one.
Save the children on it. That one was encouraging violence, which that one's
an acceptable level of violence, in my opinion.
Exactly.
My lieutenant actually asked me one time. He goes, "Hey, Lieutenant Van de Boeckard asked me if I was a conflict of interest, considering that my job was to make sure that the pedophiles were all safe and well taken care of, and I was selling a patch that advocated for their violent deaths." I said, "No, I don't see a problem with that." He goes,
There's no problem there.
Oh, my wife requests that you do more because you have Aztec Bowser.
Yeah.
She's of Aztec descent. I see it right there in the center. She wants more Aztec Mario Brother characters.
So that one is actually not one that I drew. That one is one that I paid a artist named Mona Robot for. There's a couple on here that I didn't draw. I just commissioned or paid someone else. That I saw the image on Instagram, thought it would work. And she was really nice because she must be doing like real big deal art stuff. So when I contacted her and I said, "Hey, I want to make like 100 patches of this. What's your price?" And she was like, "About $2,000." I don't make nearly $2,000 on the whole patch set as is. I can't afford that. Yeah. And she goes, "Well, come back with me with your offer." I'm thinking she must be doing like commercial, like billboards and cartooning or stuff like that. Barbaric? No, it's classy. It lets them know how you feel. You're expressing yourself.
Exactly.
They're allowed to express themselves, apparently. Why not you?
Exactly.
So I said, hey, I don't want to insult you or anything and degrade your work by any means, but like this is the normal price that I'd offer somebody to commission their patches, about $100 to $200 an image, and then I sell the patch for like $10-12. And she said, no, you're not degrading my art. I understand it. It's a different field. I was thinking you were going to buy it and put it on billboards or something like that. I'm like, no. So she was nice enough to sell me that for $100, $200, which was much cheaper than what she originally did. But she's on Twitter as Mona Robot, and I used to be on Twitter until these guys got banned, and then I somehow got wrapped up in that and banned too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Weird.
There was like,
I deny any allegations.
Every time I turn it on to check
200.
the approach back on there, it keeps saying permanently suspended.
Yep. Yeah. I'm back on Twitter, but
Yeah, I'm back on too. That
I'm slow. I'm slow. I'm banned off. I'm banned off Facebook now, though.
Right there.
On Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook deleted me. I'm still in the 30-day window, and I request a appeal every single day. But
She actually has Aztec Bowser pinned to her Twitter, and you can see that because of the glow. But
I don't get how they can possibly get away with this. Like, let's ban people, but not tell them why. It infuriates me so much. Like, PayPal's now getting in trouble for it, but it's the same thing I got in trouble for last year with PayPal.
Yeah. I didn't get a reason. There was nothing flagged.
PayPal's reason for getting rid of me.
Yeah, there was nothing flagged. It was just you violated our terms of service. You can appeal. That's it.
Which one? Which one? So I can do better. Oh, well,
that was
you
the
can't
same
talk
thing
to the
for all
person
of us on
back.
Twitter too. It was just no reason.
They said I was an adult cam girl selling adult DVDs, and then they switched it to saying I was selling alcohol and tobacco, and then they went back.
There's literal child porn on Twitter.
Yeah,
and they banned you for alleging.
Oh, and Facebook too.
Yeah,
like
literal. Like out in the open, fucking pedophiles.
Yep, you just have to change
on Facebook.
Yeah, you just have to change your profile picture to the right flag.
Oh.
And then it's fine. That's how the guys from Biting the Bullet. I learned that trick from them. They had a backup account that they put a pride flag on and posted the same memes, and their main account got banned, but the backup account with the pride flag did not. So
gross.
You just have to have the right flag. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel like I may have read about this in the Book of Revelation when I was a kid, but they're going to tell you need to say something, and if you don't, they'll kill you.
Yeah.
Wonder if that's
big
now.
Yeah, big text reading like 1984 and Fahrenheit 451 and all those other things going. Hey, there's some
much
good
easier to read than Revelations.
Yeah, there's some good ideas in here. Bastards. So tell me about the patch industry. Do you make your own stuff, or you order
so
out?
I draw all the images on my phone. I have a program called Infinite Painter, and I just doodle that stuff up. Sometimes people send me an image that they want to have made in, like they'll draw it on a napkin, and I just digitize it and like smooth it out, make it look better, fill in the lines and gaps and colors and all that. Other times it's just the most bonkers ass idea I've ever heard, and they're like, show me what you got. I'm like, one guy wanted me to draw, hey, can you draw me a Special Forces First Order TIE Fighter? Okay. Can you put me in front of the TIE Fighter? Okay. Can you draw me with different clothes on than this picture and a different gun, and then have this gun be it instead of this gun? Okay. God, can you put two corgis in front of the TIE Fighter and me, both wearing Stormtrooper armor, but with Stormtrooper armor only on the heads, not the bodies? And then can you also have another Stormtrooper corgi popping out of the top of the TIE Fighter? And then can it also say this, that, and the other? I'm like,
I have friends in the tattoo industry, and I haven't heard this. I have friends in the tattoo industry, and I've heard this exact same story from them.
So
wanting
to put
$4,000 of work into a 4-inch square,
right?
Just no.
So you draw the idea, they approve it. Then I have a lady. So I started off with some dingus in Pakistan. Just the first person I found on Instagram that made patches. He's the one that made these little Risk Soldier guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first patches we ever came out with. And then after those started making money, and then like the whole thing was started with a $200 investment, and I paid it back and kept going from there. So we're not in the red by any means. I think we're in the black the whole time. I went from there and I went to a guy in Hong Kong back when that was still a free place. So Hong Kong is the one that made like my popular Biden's patch or the Trump patch or the Joe Jorgensen one. And I worked with him for a while, and then I stopped hearing from him. I had another lady text me. She had a little bit cheaper of a price, faster turnaround. She was in Taiwan. The Hong Kong riots were going on, and China took over Hong Kong. So I stopped using that because China sucks. And I went to the Taiwan girl. And she's been nothing but great. She's even sent my kid Christmas presents before. The candy was absolutely horrible, but it was nice that she did it.
Nice gesture.
Yeah, that was my next question was going to be did the last 30 months how have those affected the patch industry as a whole and you specifically?
So patches, there's like two kinds of patch makers. So you can go on Facebook and go to like the Morale Patch Classifieds, the Patch Collective. There's patch pages out there that people collect stuff.
Yeah, I'm
if
a
you
patch
get things
I'm
like
in
the embroidery
most of
patches, if you get the embroidery patches, people collect those. It's easy to destroy an embroidery patch, but you can also do stuff like shading. Yeah, you can do stuff like shading and things that you can't do with the PVC. When I tell people I do the PVC stuff and they're asking what can I draw, I say the closer it looks like a kid's coloring book, the better it's going to be as a patch. But with embroidery stuff, you can do just basically a cartoon or an image. There's also print patches where it's just they take fabric, they screen print on there whatever image you want, so that it can be just like a direct scene from a cartoon or a movie. Yeah,
like that one.
So those
that's
just
a print
patches
patch.
I have made, but you can also do the most with them. They don't look the greatest, but they're good if you want to get something out quick. Because the people that want when a meme comes out, it can be made of it.
Yeah.
Say like the Twisted Tea one.
Yeah.
So you can get those patches made out in a week, maybe. The embroidery guys, they'll throw their stuff on the machines and they'll be done in a week or two, a couple weeks.
Yeah, I think Tactical Gear Junkie. I think Tactical Gear Junkie is like 10 days. 10 days from the time that the order is accepted.
Patch Ops is also really good. I think he has his stuff made here in the States. I've talked to him a couple times. He has excellent work, and I don't know how he does it, but he has. I just got a new one from Patch Ops. He gets memes of stuff like drawn and ready to go like the day they happen. He had Rittenhouse stuff before CNN did.
I saw your Rittenhouse one. It's on the clearance. I saw your Rittenhouse patch. The 4 boards.
Oh,
4 boards, more ones.
4 doors, more boards.
Yeah, it's on your clearance part of your the website.
That one was a local Cerakoting guy. Him and I came up with this one. It's Midwest Firearm Solutions in Omaha. Him and I did that one. So he laser engraves it onto people's stuff and magazines and guns and barrels, and I just make the patch and the T-shirt.
That works.
So I don't know. In the last 30 months, supply chains have gotten poor. It used to cost me like $30 to get an order of 100 patches sent from Taiwan or Hong Kong here, and then I ship them out. Now it's close to like $90.
Damn.
The mold's been pretty consistent. It started at like 75. Now they're about 80 or 90. And then the per patch was probably somewhere. It used to be about 55 cents each for my cost of things. And now it's closer up to like 90 cents to $1. If you get a big patch like 4 inches and above, then you're starting to look at like $1, $2, $4. And obviously the more that you order, the cheaper it gets. So when people order, like most of my customers want an order of 10 patches or 25 patches or one patch. And I usually tell them, hey, if you order one patch or you order 10 patches, it's the same price. So I'm just going to send you 10 anyway, because it kind of meets at that one point and keeps going from there.
Yeah.
So things have gotten more expensive. The time used to be about a month or at most to get anything made and sent to me and finished. Now we're looking at like 30, 40, 50 some days sometimes. So it's a pain in the butt. It's not been unreasonable to get things made, but there has been a major slowdown in the number of people to buy stuff. Some of the people, like Station 707, he sells out his stuff like that. Like the second it pops online, it's gone. Those are those big collective embroidery patches that people buy for like hundreds of dollars. That stuff is cheap. Not in quality, but like price. I'm charging 10,
the quality is great.
bucks.
The quality is fantastic.
Oh, so
the quality is
if you get patches from like India or Pakistan, the machine, I can't remember how much the machine costs, but it can do 12 or 18 colors. And so you get the CNC mold, a metal mold out of your design. And then the machine will pour all this PVC rubber that you mix up into its individual colors. It'll pour all that at the same time. And so that's when you get your whites and your blacks, your yellows and your blacks to start mixing together, and it doesn't look very good. Now, if you have them bake each individual color and then put the black one on last, you don't have any bleeding because it's already solidified. So, and then it makes the patch a little bit harder too. So this was one that I had made. It's really gummy from like really in the beginning of doing things. It's a very gummy patch versus say something like this one is
this one's stiff. Yeah, this one's real stiff.
I finally just sold out of those Eds, by the way. I still got a bunch of Alphabet Girls, but the Eds finally sold out at the American Milsim 1861 game a couple weekends ago.
This is probably, I mean, no offense meant, but this is probably my favorite patch from you.
That is one of the good ones. My personal favorite is the Tiki Grievous.
The Tiki Grievous ones are cool. I like the Ninja Turtle ones.
Oh, yeah, I just got the cease and desist from Viacom on those.
Did you really?
Yeah, even though I bought them from the original artist, the right to make them. Viacom said they have the copyright on the color and the characters.
Oh, those rat bastards.
Oh, no, there's going to be a new mystery patch probably. Here's our other mystery patch. Woo.
Yes.
A bunch of Australians got really upset that I gave them guns. I had people sending me. One person posted up a photo of the version 2s of these guys, the Tactical Parents. No, this way, yeah. The version 2s of those, and they said how excited they were, and I got tagged in it. And an hour after it got posted, there was about 12,000 comments and likes and stuff on like a Bluey fan page. And
people complaining?
Half of it was, "Oh my god, this is amazing! Where can I get them?" Unfortunately, I was sold out at the time, so I had to make more. The other half were hoping that my kids died in a school shooting because I was a horrible, filthy, ungodly American.
Jesus! And
I had people sending me I had one person Photoshop a photo of the Airsoft Sisters patch, mystery patch 5. They sent me the image of the Airsoft Sisters in front of Mad Max's car. Looked great. Like 5 minutes later, I got another image from somebody else where they had edited the photo of the two girl dogs as security camera footage from Columbine. Photoshop, it looked great. But it was hilarious. My wife's like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Yeah, it's the internet, and that's what they do."
Talk about taking it to the extremes, man.
Right?
It's just a patch, bro. Calm down.
Some people have nothing better to do.
Yeah, that's true. It is also the internet where people will literally complain about anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's some things to get really mad at, and people just don't care. And then there's stuff that like doesn't matter, and that's what everybody wants to throw a tizzy about. It's much easier to get mad at something that doesn't matter than it is to actually figure out how to solve an actual problem.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds about right. What do you got next? What's coming up? What's in the pipeline for Poppins
I
Patches?
have a B1 battle droid that looks like a pirate flag, like the skull and crossbones.
Oh,
And I unfortunately hadn't thought this up when
oh, that's the one that you sent me.
But then every person I sent the picture to like, hey, should I make this as a patch? My test audience, they all go, oh my gosh, it's a Jolly Roger Roger. I was like, son of a bitch.
Yes, Jolly Roger Roger. Yes,
Roger.
yes.
I'm gonna need that one.
I don't know if I have anything ready to go yet that's in the works. I've been making a couple more versions of the tricorn hats, but honestly, between my current day job and my wife's supposed to be having a baby this week, I have not had time to draw anything new, or I've just been like a blank writer's block on any new memes. The unfortunate thing with all the memes right now is they're all political, and by the time a month goes by to get a patch made, it won't be funny anymore. So like, I could make the Pelosi one, but it probably wouldn't sell well in a month.
That's sadly true. That's a sad reflection of our political system also. Like it goes
and get made.
It goes so fast that what happened a month ago is already lost.
Weren't we talking about nukes dropping last week?
Mm-hmm.
And now no one cares about nukes?
No, nobody
now
cares about nukes.
AOC sat with her legs open while getting heckled, or Pelosi apparently had a bad date.
Elon bought Twitter.
Elon did Twitter.
Yeah, Elon bought Twitter. They're absolutely losing their minds
over
it.
So many people.
Yep.
Let that sink in. And he brought in a
Let that sink in. I've already seen. I think it was mostly peaceful memes. They already put out a shirt for Ligma Johnson 2024.
So those guys didn't actually work at Twitter?
No, they were just trolls. They were just it was a complete troll.
They just seized the opportunity and went with it?
Yes. Just to embarrass the mainstream media.
Oh, it's super easy to do.
And I absolutely applaud their effort. Standing ovation.
If you can convince everyone at MSM that the OK hand sign is some racist deal.
4chan got him. 4chan got him to post about milk being racist.
Oh yeah.
Drinking milk is racist.
And us on iFunny, we get a bad reputation.
Yeah.
Rightfully deserved, but
no, I enjoyed the shit out of that. I am enjoying the shit out of the blue check marks just having an absolute meltdown.
Have you seen the one where they said you should change the Twitter logo to red?
Yeah. Just there's so much just like you remember 2015 when it was coming up to the election and there was all these blue check marks, all these famous people that said, if Trump gets elected, I'm leaving the United States. I'm moving to Canada, right?
Right.
Not a single one of them left.
It was unfortunate.
Not a single one. Those are the same people.
There is a guy I work with. His uncle did leave the country. So I'll say that I know at least one person did. But everyone else just
I know a few guys that did, but they were van nomads. And that's what they I know a few guys that did, but they were van nomads. And that's what they do all the time, is just go back and forth. But yeah, those same people are the ones that are saying they'll leave Twitter. Leave Twitter now.
I should have probably posted on the Poppins page that I was going to be on here tonight. I didn't realize until it was time to put the baby to bed that it was Sunday.
That happens. So,
now, how does your analytics work? Do you have most of your people watch this video live, or do most people watch this like over the course of like tomorrow or the week or something?
We get the live is only about 15-20%. and then the rest will be over the course of the week. And then with the MP3, Monday is like 70%, and then Tuesday, Wednesday will be like 25%, and then the last 5% will trickle in over the week. So, like, we don't get a huge reach or anything. Like, combined between MP3 and the live, on average 500 to 600 total. So, but that's right. We're not even.
I got to be here at 8 o'clock, otherwise I don't get to talk trash, and I can't even go backwards. I have to stay like live so I can talk trash in the moment. Then I have to go back and watch what I missed later.
It's all right.
Where's
Andrew's sick, and then Chris was supposed to be here, but he had something else to do, but he was driving. So I don't know if Chris shows up, he might. If not, it's just boring on me.
Can't you just tell Andrew to wear a mask and he'll be fine?
Yeah. I think he had too much fun at a Halloween party, personally.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too.
So, and right now, currently, Packers versus Bills is on Sunday Night Football. So
yeah, we walked into a pizza place tonight, and we're wow, why is it so big? Oh wait, football.
Yeah,
it's none of my crew watches football. You're very confused.
It's the footballs. So, you want to get into some articles with us?
Yo.
Yeah, I have a few. I think I have a few fun ones.
Did I tell you about the ATF showing up to the job the other day?
What happened now?
So I work at a gun store, Intertown up on 90th and Military in Omaha. Okay. And we had some ATF guys show up to get. So if like someone commits a crime, but they bought the gun they used in the crime from like the store, they'll go and get that records of the gun, and they'll bring it in. So like one of the few things that they don't do that's completely shitty. But they walked in, and I was like, "Hey, guys!" I mean, obviously they're identified by their vest and all that. I said, "Hey, guys, we actually don't have any dog-shaped targets today." And my boss could not get me to go clean something anywhere else fast enough.
Yeah, Josh just put his up too. Yeah. ATF red coats. Yeah. Yeah.
So the red coat showed up to your work.
So
back in your mind, aim small, miss small. Aim small, miss small.
Yet, I don't think by the time last SHOT Show had come out. But a buddy of mine that went to SHOT Show had worn it. And all of a sudden my phone just starts going ding 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 ding. People were buying it like crazy. And I was like, "Hey buddy, are you at SHOT Show right now?" He goes, "Yeah, why?" I was like, "The patch I just gave you is selling like crazy." He goes, "Oh yeah, everybody keeps walking up to the ATF booth and ripping ass."
Nice.
I was like, "Good."
Treat those guys the way they should be treated. But so they just showed up to harass you guys, or what?
This time, no. They actually have never shown up to like check our books or do any of that kind of stuff. They were just there to pick up a paper. But I would assume that they probably were like checking our back doors and everything to see if they could sneak in, like Thor the Explorer Swiper or something.
Swiper.
They wouldn't have me go clean or repair the battery on the range carrier. He's like, go fix something else over there, anywhere else.
just go, Dave. Just leave. Yeah. don't piss off the ATF.
Well, they said, "Well, that was rude," and I'm like,
So, you have any? You do any 3D printing stuff, or have any?
I looked into
your buddies in that one.
I looked into that to do, since I also sell airsoft guns as well. I have like the AAPO1 is a very popular airsoft pistol right now that can go semi-auto or full auto. And the big draw to that one is that all the parts are customizable. It looks similar to like a Ruger Buckmark or a one of those just 22 style pistols. I should know this. It's my job, but I don't. But you can exchange all the parts in it for like new barrels, new springs, all that kind of stuff. But the big draw to it is that you can 3D print almost anything to fit onto that gun. So I had a buddy 3D print me the DC-17 like clone trooper rifle pistol kit and put that on the gun. And then they have things called that I also sell called Ace Tech blasters and Ace Tech Bifrosts. They're tracer units, so that would make your BB glow as it flies out of the airsoft gun, which is cool, and it creates a muzzle flash. So it completely gives away your position when you're playing, but it's fun, and why not? Everyone knows where you're at when you shoot anyway. But the Bifrost lets you change what color the muzzle flash is. So you can set it to blue, and so now I have a blue muzzle flash shooting DC-17, which is the tits. But then I also found out it's really expensive to make each one of or time consuming to make each one of those kits. And I don't think I was going to be able to turn around a profit on it as long as I still have a normal job. So I kind of scrapped that idea for now, maybe later. Right now I'm looking at buying property someplace near Kirksville, Missouri next summer, and then opening up a indoor-outdoor field there. I saw a hospital. It's like 5.5 acres for like $75,000. But for $75,000, I assume it must be covered with black mold and asbestos to be that cheap. But otherwise, it's super cool.
So the reason I ask is there's an upstate New York sheriff is irked that people around the U.S. are 3D printing firearms to turn into gun buyback programs for cold hard cash.
Oh, I love these guys so much. The ones like printing off the little dinky guns, or the ones making like Home Depot guns and taking all the money they got.
The 3D printed Songbird and the Liberator pistol, right? It's like $2.85 worth of resin to make them.
I have seen that people are like, the departments are actually stopping the payout of it. Like, you can turn your gun in, but they're not going to give you anything because they keep taking all the money with the
I think it was Boston. Boston said they wouldn't even take them anymore.
Screw Boston.
But
I just made a ton of these.
Yeah. Robert.
You don't have that much reach. You're fine.
Yeah. Robert Zinskowski. He's the sheriff of New York's Oneida County. He said, quote, "I know Utica, New York, Houston, Texas, and Stanburg, South Carolina, that 3D printed guns were submitted to gun buyback programs."
And
He appeared to be referring to several stories that emerged this summer in which people in Texas, South Carolina, and New York did indeed sell guns they 3D printed at home to local authorities as part of the state gun buyback program. One man who identified himself only as Kern admitted that he 3D printed more than 100 guns to turn into New York State's gun buyback program. He was awarded $21,000 for his efforts, which was paid out to him in $500 gift cards.
Amazing.
He deserved every penny of that. The New York State Attorney General's office confirmed that the man known as Kern had indeed exploited the program. And as Swinskowski noted, it's unclear what to do about the loophole, given that others are doing the same in other parts of the country.
Completely.
Quote, "From a public safety perspective," the sheriff says, quote, "getting any gun off the street, if it has the potential to harm someone, may be just as effective as buying back traditionally manufactured guns. So there's certain considerations that need to be given. You can't guarantee that those guns will never be used to harm someone or never be used unlawfully.
Can't guarantee that they won't be used lawfully. Can't guarantee they won't be used to save someone. Touché, counselor. Case closed."
Yeah, but not only that. So like these guys are literally printing legal firearms. This is in every definition a legal firearm, right? The Liberator pistol, right? It's good for like 1 in 7 times that it actually works, and it's only good for 4 or 5 shots. But that is by definition a legal firearm. They literally closed Jennings Firearms over that exact same thing.
They would prosecute you if you tried to sell it. but
Yes.
now
They-
we don't want to take it.
But they don't want to buy it back
bad,
because
buy
it's
it.
so cheap to make.
Oh yeah.
That's the exact reasons that they shut down Jennings Firearms.
They should shut down all of these programs unless they're only going to buy back high points. I'm a two-way absolutist, but I got standing.
If High Point made parts kits, they would be one of the most popular firearms in the country.
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
High Point's
there's
a
a strong movement on Twitter right now. Like every single day, there's like 5 accounts or so that are every single day they're posting on High Point's Twitter page to make parts kits, like constantly, just every single day. Day 1, day 10, day 50, day.
I took a photo of somebody transferred in a High Point to us, a C9. They transferred in a High
The
Point.
Yeet Cannon.
And yeah, Yeet Cannon. And but when I posted it out and like a group chat or like a Facebook page for people that work at gun stores, kind of like mock customers, which most of them are FUDs anyway, but it went viral. And then we started seeing my post circling around in like places like Poland and Germany and like big name gun people. And I was like, yes, truly horrific. I should have put our company watermark on that photo before I shared it out. But it was a
tag them all like you do your patches.
Right. No. It was someone had spray painted it like magenta purple. They had hot glued a red dot sight onto the
wait. Hot glued a red dot sight.
I will send you a photo of your Instagram. Just keep a trash can close by when you throw up.
I'm in California. I've seen some really bad ones.
Hot glued to the top of the pistol, like shattered glass, and they had drawn on a circle dot reticle with Sharpie onto it, like MOA the size of a dinner plate. And then they had like chiseled into it problem solver spelled wrong on the side. And then they had hot glued a laser onto the bottom.
And this was brought into your shop?
This was transferred into our shop. So
transferred into your shop.
Yeah.
So somebody purchased it on the interwebs and
then of course I end up knowing the asshole that bought it.
Oh, is he one of those I can fix her type of guys?
No, he bought it because it was a meme. Which is acceptable, yes.
That's Brandon Herrera level right there.
I don't think Brandon Herrera will stoop down to that level.
Oh, but
I'd love to meet that guy one day too.
Oh, yeah. The sheriffs are upset that they're selling back, or they're not selling back because they're never theirs in the first place.
Right.
But that they're selling 3D printed firearms, which I think is just absolutely hilarious, and I wish more people would do it. I know you mentioned the homemade ones. What is his name? Used to run Ares Armor, Dimitri Karas. Dimitri Karas, when he was still here in California, they went to a buyback. Like they went to Home Depot and spent like $80 or whatever on some pipe and some springs and some end caps and some 2x4s, and literally built firearms like in the back of the truck in the parking lot, and then turned them in for $250 gift cards. It was probably one of the first cases of this, and it went really viral. He's the same guy that sued the sheriff's department down there for banning him from his Facebook page. Sued because it violated his free speech because it was the official sheriff's department Facebook page.
Isn't the government not allowed to ban you?
The government is not. If it's a government run page, yeah.
Which I've used a couple times to unlock posts and stuff, because they'll lock the post so you can't comment, and I message them and say, no, unless you want a nice hefty case against you, you got to let this go.
No.
And turn the comments back on, and an hour later comments will be back on.
Yep. Which it is. Dimitri won that case. I think he sued for $1. and won the dollar or $25 or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was whatever minimum he could do.
Yeah, and then he donated the money, but yeah, I think he was one of the first ones to do that. But it just the gun buybacks, like you're not gonna get the firearms that you want away from the people that you don't want to have firearms through a gun buyback.
It breaks my heart. Some of the guns that I see getting taken into those like
all the time.
Every time I see it, legal, an M1 Grand getting destroyed.
Absolute collectibles.
FALs, bro. Oh, seeing FALs turned in hurts me.
And this was like the only cool story I've ever heard out of LA. But apparently, some lady was turning in her Sturmgewehr 44 that her husband had, and like LA County like stopped her, like, oh wait. Got all the other cops together, raised a bunch of money, paid her the fair price for it, and now it's sitting in like the LA Police Museum or something, which is cool for them. But like people just destroy that stuff all the time without even thinking twice. And what's the rookie officer working the table knowing about anything? Oh, I'm a cop. I know about guns.
Yeah, that's like in free states, not here in California, in free states where they actually still have person-to-person sales or private sales. I love seeing the guys. What's that?
Oh, you just don't do that anyway? Allegedly.
Brandenburg v. Ohio, 1969.
I can do it here in Nebraska, so I do all the time.
I've never put my name on a 4473. How about that? But like I love seeing buybacks in other states and seeing just 12, 15, 20 guys out in front holding up signs that they'll buy guns back.
I used to offer inmates when I'd be taking their cuffs off for release, and probation would be telling them like, hey, if you have firearms at home, you're a felon now. You have to give them to us or have them destroyed. I'm like, no, you don't. You can sell them to me. You can sell them to whoever you want. Like, you can't have firearms anymore, but you have to get rid of them. It doesn't specify how you get rid of them. Not a lawyer, not legal advice, but I would offer people like, I will pay you cash for your firearms. And the probation guys would just glare at you. But what are they gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. It's a clear violation of the law and all that good stuff, but of the Constitution, not of the law.
I mean, honestly, just tell the guy to go sell it to a pawn shop. Either he has to take it to a pawn shop and then get rid of it, or he has to bring it with him to you. Either way, you'll arrest him if he gets stopped at all anyway. What difference does it make?
Yeah.
You're going to go call the sheriff's department and have them come in your house and take the stuff and destroy it? Give it to somebody that's going to use it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but if you're on parole or probation, you just got out of jail, you're not calling the cops.
I just hurt your Instagram, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. I see that you sent it to me. I'm not ready to.
Don't click it. It's like a Trojan horse. It's like downloading anything on LimeWire. Hoping it's going to be Britney Spears, but odds are it's not.
Fucking LimeWire. Fucking iMesh.
FrostWire, that's the other one.
Ooh, never had that one.
Yeah.
I remember playing RuneScape, trying to download whatever songs on LimeWire.
Yeah, it's insane. But where do we want to go, Josh? We got Michigan, Washington, Ireland, and a Vice News article.
Oh, let's do Ireland.
You want to talk about that one?
Yeah, because that one is it's so bizarre but unique to those aisles over there. I'll just say because I got in trouble in the chat for that.
A young man who stabbed and killed an intruder who attacked him in his home in the middle of the night.
I saw this.
Has been jailed for 3.5 years by the Central Criminal Court.
He was too brutal, right, or something?
Yeah, that's what it was. Mr. Justice Paul McDermott said Dean Carey, 21, was entitled to use force in defense of himself, his family, and his home, but the force he used was, quote, grossly excessive, given that the victim, Jack Power, was unarmed.
I'm sure his attacker would have been grossly...
Yeah, taken into the account that Carey, who was 17 at the time, showed genuine remorse and that he did not expect or instigate the violence on that night, the judge imposed a sentence of 4 years and 6 months, with the final year suspended for 2 years. That sentence is backdated June 30th of the year to take into account time Carey had already spent in custody. Right, so 3.5 years with a suspended sentence as long as he doesn't fuck up. Carey, 21, St. Brugard Square, blah, blah, blah. Convicted by a jury of manslaughter for killing Mr. Power after the deceased had entered his home. Early hours, July 26, 2018. Delivering sentence Wednesday, Mr. Justice McDermott said that the impact statements made to the court, Jack Power's family said that they had felt that their son had no voice in the courtroom. Trials, the judge said, focused on the rules and evidence and, quote, could provide cold comfort for relatives whose loss is profound and lifelong. So, let's see, where did I want to go? The trial heard that Jack Power had been drinking in the early hours and at about 3 a.m. saw damage to his car, which he believed had been caused by Dean Carey. He went to Carey's home, picked up a rock, and smashed the front window of Carey's home. He entered through the front door. Mr. Justice McDermott said that Mr. Power assaulted Dean Carey in his bedroom, and there was a suggestion that he also attacked Carey's mother. Carey told the jury that he found a knife by the side of his bed and stabbed Mr. Power in the course of the melee. Mr. Justice McDermott said that he does not believe the court has heard the truth about, quote, the provenance of the knife and how it was found, but he armed himself quickly and used the knife. That's the cusp. That's the cusp. Because he quickly armed himself and used the knife to defend himself from the drunken attacker that attacked him in his bedroom after attacking his mom at 3 a.m.
And knowing those aisles, again, it was probably a fucking butter knife or some shit.
Yes.
Just happened to be in his room because he had dinner or some shit, And...
Yeah. Okay. This is the quote from the judge that just the very shitty butter on the top of this one. Quote, I have to consider the nature of what happened that night. The judge has recognized the special position of those obligated to defend themselves or their property from unlawful attack, particularly in their home. This is therefore a matter that has to be taken into account when considering the culpability of the accused. Those who are attacked in the home are entitled to use force and sometimes lethal force in defense of themselves and their home.
But you gotta be clean about it. You gotta be clean, you gotta say please. Don't want to be gross.
Every time you stab, you gotta say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't mean this, but you're here.
Right.
I'm sorry.
So this was he was 17 at the time of the attack, right? So he's a minor, asleep in his bed.
Are you a minor at 17 in Ireland?
Yeah, I believe so. Maybe, I don't know. Either way, 17 years old, asleep in bed. Guy breaks the window, goes in, attacks your mom, starts attacking you. You stab him, and you go to jail.
You had me till the last part there. It was sounding good so far until that last part. I could maybe side with the judge if, like, the guy started the fight, like, picked up the knife, and was like, boy, I'm going to buddy over it. But I doubt that's what happened, so I'm going to go with the judge is wrong.
Like,
17 in Ireland, age of consent.
Okay, so, like...
17.
So... Like, I can understand the sentence, like, if he chased the kid out of the house, right? Chased the drunk guy out of the house, and then attacked him as he was running away or something. Like, there's an argument for that, right? But, like, it's ridiculous that this kid was thrown in jail for defending himself from a drunk attacker
and he
in
was
his bedroom
asleep
at 3 a.m.
in bed.
Mm-hmm.
There's barely a stretch of an argument to be made if it was like waking hours, 9 o'clock in the evening, they're eating or watching TV or some shit, and the guy breaks in and then defends himself or whatever.
Yeah, or
it's making you conscious.
Or even like if they were partying together and they got into an argument.
Yeah.
Right, but this guy had no interactions with the drunk guy. Like the drunk guy saw some damage and goes, "Oh, I think so and so did that," and then attacked so and so. So and so defended himself.
Broke a window, went in through the front door, so broke in, B&E, and then attacked him. Not tried to steal shit, but attacked him.
Yeah, this is that EU Western Western wrong think that's going on, right? This is like the burglar that fell through the skylight, right, and landed on the island in the kitchen and broke his leg, and he sued the homeowners and won.
Yeah. Or the Canadian guy, someone snuck into his house and started stabbing him, but he won the fight, so now he's in trouble.
Yeah. Well, and this is why I got it confused with the British Isles, with UK at first when I read the story. I didn't pay attention; it was in Ireland, because that same exact thing happened to a dude in the UK, in Britain. Guy broke into his house. He defended himself, and the guy that defended himself went to jail.
I mean, I'm gonna upset some people with this one, but this is the same liberal wrong think, right? That Putin cited as one of the reasons for going into Ukraine. Like he didn't want this mentality, this ideology coming into Russia.
You know, right? For that guy, he made some pretty good points in that speech.
Yes. He made a lot of really good points in that speech.
Really good points in that speech.
So now we've said the B word, and we've talked
by any means, but
yeah. So now we've said the B word. We've said boogaloo, and we talked positive about Putin. So we're definitely getting canceled.
Add it to the list.
Yeah. We're literally Kanye at this point. But it's like even like my brother's left leaning. My baby brother's left leaning, and even he was like, that's ridiculous. The story is ridiculous. Oh.
You tell people on the other side, like, hey, this is the headline. Here's the story, and they can't even believe it. They're not versed in all the stuff. Like, we're poliophiles. We read the news all the time. So yeah, we see it and we're like, yeah, here we go again. They can't even stomach it because they just don't acknowledge any of the stuff. And then you show them like, hey, here's Exhibit A, and they're like, no, it can't be real. It's fake.
Yeah, this article came out the same day as the guy who caught his best friend molesting his daughter, so he chased him into the woods and they got into a fight and he made him dig his own grave and then killed him. Like, this article came out the same day that guy got out of jail a year early. So,
I did.
Yeah, that guy's. What's that?
Said I may have seen that one on iFunny too.
Yeah, I mean that's very based.
Very based.
This Irish article is not based at all. Zero based. Yeah, based. We need a not based patch.
A not based patch.
Not based.
Not very based.
Yeah. Well, that's not very based of you, bro. Oh, I like that. That's not very based of you, bro.
My number one comment after I dropped that patch is, "What's based mean?"
Go ask your mom.
It's gonna take me a lot longer to explain this in one comment.
If you have to ask.
I just kept going opposite of woke.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much.
Based on what? The Bible.
If you have to ask, it doesn't apply to you.
Yeah.
So, we don't need to go into this article anymore. Kerry is considered a moderate risk of violent offending in the future and will be required to work with probation services and engage with anger and violence management if deemed appropriate after his release. Just keep punishing the kid, bro. It's dumb. It's dumb.
If you would have hit him with like a pint of Guinness, he'd probably be fine.
If he'd have just, give him the old, the 1-2 combo and put him down, right? It'd be, oh yeah, he's fine. But because he used a knife, or I'm sorry, I don't think it's that he used a knife. It's that the knife was readily available. Like it was, like the kid said, he found the knife on his bedside table. I think that was the sticking point.
Usually
that was the
counter
sticking
somewhere.
point. Yeah. I think that was the sticking point. Like, oh, you had pre-planned in case someone broke in.
Oh, I'm boned then if I ever
Bro.
have to like draw on something.
Break in. I got worse than knives, bro.
Stored away in your house? Did you have this pre-planned? I should make a better face for when they pull that up on the tiny little TV in the corner room. You're on it, he's right there.
The TikTok video of you practicing room clearing gets shown in your court case. Oh shit!
Without pants.
Without pants, yeah.
Waiting for the dogs to go potty outside.
No.
Oh, it's gonna be bigger too. It's gonna be bigger prosecuting.
just nods, tidy whities, and Elmo slivers.
Your Honor, he did have a cool hat on though.
Yeah.
If you keep your attention on the glow in the dark patch here.
Yeah, just follow the glow in the dark patch. Well, that one glows?
That one.
The smiley face glows?
Smiley face glows.
Oh,
nice.
You follow the Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping at all? Or sorry, alleged kidnapping.
Pretty funny.
Yeah. They
I like how they even went after Steven Crowder for it, and he's like, I had nothing to do with that. I hate her, but
yeah, they just convicted three more people for quote, providing quote material support for a terrorist act as members of the paramilitary group, the Wolverine Watchmen. Okay, here. This is
there's something we say in Airsoft, like you can definitely tell when someone chose their own call sign. Like a call sign,
Yeah.
Mine was Poppins, which is what created the name for this, but you don't get to pick your own call sign. It's given to you, and you usually hate it. But when you get people like Wolverine Watchmen, you know that asshole picked his own name.
Yep.
Yeah. Where was it? Providing material support. Oh, damn it. Where's the actual paragraph? Either way, they were arrested and charged because they hosted shoots. They had a private range. They hosted them guys coming out and shooting on their land. And that's why they were convicted.
Wow.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
Wait, they were charged, indicted, or convicted?
Convicted.
Holy shit.
They were just convicted of all charges Wednesday, a triumph for the state prosecutors after months of mixed result in the main case in federal court. They held gun drills in rural Jackson County with the leader of the scheme, Adam Fox, who was disgusted with Governor Gretchen Whitmer and other officials in 2020. Yeah, so they hosted gun drills, and that's why they were convicted of providing material support to terrorists.
Yeah, but that's only a crime if they told them, hey, we need to borrow your range so we can practice kidnapping the governor. Anything else than that, they're just shooting.
You know what's funny? is so they hosted shoots, right? They hosted gun drills. The person that trained all of these guys, according to Brandon Casera, who was one of the ones that was found not guilty of the kidnapping plot in the first case. According to Brandon Casera, the person that did all the training, that taught him everything, was the main FBI agent. The main FBI agent is the one that hosted, or the teacher, the instructor, at all these shoots. So the FBI was training these guys, but these guys were convicted just now for providing an area for them to practice shooting. Yeah.
Well done.
It's insane. Brandon Caserta, he's on Twitter now and a couple other places, but he just did an interview with Thaddeus Russell, which is a really good listen if you guys are interested in that. How we
Are
talking
they gonna prosecute people for like liking their posts next, or what?
Probably.
Entirely possible. I mean, they charged 4 with the plot, right? With the original plot. 2 were found not guilty, Brandon Caserta and someone else, and then Adam Fox and the other guy, they were recharged and were recently convicted. But yeah,
Wait.
the
Recharged.
yes, they were charged a second time.
Hmm.
And convicted.
Which amendment
they
am I thinking about right now?
Yeah, they got convicted on the second trial. So, but yeah, listen to that Thaddeus Russell, Brandon Caserta podcast. He says a lot, right? He talks about that one a lot, about how Adam Fox, the so-called the plot leader, the leader of the movement, wasn't a leader of anything. He was a terrible shot. He didn't plan anything. He was basically all he did was smoke pot and talk shit. And he's the alleged leader of the plot.
Which sounds like the most of like everyone that was actually legitimately involved that wasn't.
Yeah, like the dude was sleeping in some guy's basement. He was homeless. He was sleeping in some guy's basement.
I can't remember who said it, but like someone once mentioned that all these agencies, they've outlived their purpose. Like unions back in the day started off with really good intentions of like protecting the workers, and now a lot of them are just trying to justify their own wages. The FBI must have run out of bad guys because they were trying to justify their wages hard and trapping all these people.
Well, not only justify it, but like in a lot of cases, they're the reason it starts in the first place. There's a lot of stories about like special needs high school kids. The FBI will get them to carry a backpack, right, with a fake bomb in it, or to carry cannabis, and then they'll get busted with intent to sell or distribution or some other thing. There was one story about a kid in Southern California who the cops got to, the cops created a gang and got the special needs kid to get a tattoo of the gang, so that they could hit him with enhanced charges in regards to getting him to sell cannabis for them. Like it's ridiculous. It's hilarious. And in a very sad way, the sad clown music. But this Whitmer case is no different, right? It was like 25 people were arrested or something like that, or 25 people involved. Like 14 of them were feds or fed informants. Like the guy that pushed the training, the guy that pushed Adam Fox into the position, were FBI. They're legit FBI, and and then they go to trial. And the judge is like, "Oh no, you can't bring up those FBI agents. Oh no, you can't talk about this FBI agent beating his wife after a swingers event. You can't bring up that this FBI agent has a side gig where he was posting about the trial before the trial ever happened." Right, posting evidence about the trial. You can't bring up the other things that the FBI agents do. You can only bring up what they did in regards to this case. And then they were completely handcuffed. The defense was completely handcuffed, and they still had a hung jury on 2 guys and found the other 2 guys not guilty on the first case. So
And judges are driving me nuts lately.
Judges drive me nuts a lot. I live in California.
Ninth Circuit.
Whether it was the judges in
ninth.
jail, or it's the federal judges, or the one that told Alex Jones he's not even allowed to defend himself. Like, it's insanity. How do you fix this? You have to replace basically everybody. And it's not like when you vote, when I go vote here in a couple days or weeks, then it's not like you can vote someone else in. It's just you can say yes or no to retain the person, and they usually just sit there anyway. Well, it's not like it shows you, hey, this person voted for this verdict on this trial. Nothing.
No, they don't give you any of that information.
You can't look it up. It's not something you can readily find.
No, if people did their own research, if people did their own research, Kamala Harris would never be anywhere near political office again.
I mean, not to the desk, maybe, but that's about it.
That's how she got to where she is.
It'd be full circle.
Governor Moonbeam, Jerry Brown. Just saying. Just Google. Just Google him. No.
We used to have a judge that would come in a Hawaiian shirt, throw his feet up, and he'd listen to half the arguments and be like, signature bond. Signature bond. Yeah, show up to court. Don't you dare miss a court. Show up to court. Signature bond. They just let everybody go. You're not ever going to hear about that on your ballot. You can't look that up. You can't find it anywhere. People should know. They don't. No one's going to know that the judge let a guy go for torturing and having relations with his own 2-year-old daughter here in Sarpy County, and gave the dude a whole 75 days in prison.
If they give him that much in
no, it's Nebraska, so he serves half of it. The guy's already out.
In Illinois now, right? The new bail reform law goes into effect, and like they're not even arresting people for attempted murder or second-degree assault.
The only things I didn't find on that list are things that you don't get bail for anyway, like mandatory holds, like homicide. You don't get bail or a bond set for certain violent crimes. You're just mandatory held. So your what do you call it? Your bench warrants and your KPS warrants, those people are going to get held no matter what anyway. But now they're just going to let everybody else go.
Yeah,
you can't even look for them for 48 hours after they don't show up.
We just had a local news here. A guy was arrested for shoplifting again, and it's his 29th arrest for shoplifting in the last 2 years. And the last 2 years, and so they arrested him. They take him down. They process him, and literally before the ink on the fingerprints is dry, he's out the door.
The fastest turnaround I ever had for someone getting from the moment they entered our garage to the moment they walked out of Sally Port 3 was 10 minutes. That was the fastest we ever did because she needed to get home and get back to her kids. I can't remember what her charge was. It wasn't one of those big deal things. It was hey, we need to get you booked and get you out of here. But that's not good. That's gross.
It's terrible. And even going back to the stabbing thing in Ireland, that same mentality, here in the United States, in California particularly, right? I said that guy was arrested 29 different times for shoplifting, right? But the stores here, they aren't allowed. Realistically, they aren't really allowed to stop shoplifters. If you stop a shoplifter and they get hurt, right? If they get a scratch, oh, my arm hurts from you stopping me, that's an assault charge, and then that opens you up to civil lawsuit, right? So then the store gets sued.
Insurance ruins everything.
Especially because they made grand theft above $1,000 in California,
which doubled it. Yeah, it used to be 500, now it's 1,000.
Yeah, so you could literally go into a gun store, steal a $350 handgun.
I dare you to walk into a gun store trying to steal a gun.
I don't think you could do that with a gun store.
Hypothetically, I'm saying hypothetically.
The firearm is a felony, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't matter the price value of the firearm.
Yeah, but my local Rite Aid, that's our local pharmacy. I'll stop in every once in a while to get little things, but like their entire makeup section, it's behind a cage. Like there's literally a cage you have to walk through to get into the makeup and the beauty supply area.
The Ace Hardware or True Value Hardware in my town that I left in California, all of the hand tools, screwdrivers, hammers, anything like that was behind a cage.
Yep. Walmart
Behind a
here is
cage.
the
Yes.
same way for makeup.
My Walmart here won't even sell ammo.
Ammo is locked behind a safe, but now the Walmarts here in Nebraska won't even sell you guns or ammo unless it's like turkey loads.
Well, yeah, they don't sell ammo at all in our Walmart here. Like you can't even get BB guns anymore.
You can't get handgun ammo in Walmarts here. You can still get shotgun ammo.
Yeah, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Probably get rifle ammo too, huh?
When I was in Missouri a couple weeks ago, I saw that they still do sell 10-22s and deer rifles, and they have all the ammo and everything for that.
Yeah. Well, that's a free state.
Walmart's like, yeah, no more.
That's a free state. It's not.
Missouri?
There's no freedom here. Freer state, yeah.
Well, there was a big uproar in another local city to where I'm from in California that it was insane how viral it was going because all of the African American beauty products specifically were behind glass. And people were like, "Oh, this is racist." And it's like, no, they just put behind glass because that's the highest theft stuff that gets stolen from the store.
That's why all of the beauty selection at my local Rite Aid is behind a cage.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's profiling.
Yeah. It was total.
Yeah.
But profiling would probably be accurate. Yeah, you could probably build a top-notch profile.
Yes. So how about some good news?
Yes.
Good news. City ordered bikini baristas to cover up. A Washington judge has ruled that's unconstitutional.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to start and leave it that way and say that was the good news. I was like, buddy, no.
Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
So bikini baristas in Washington City were banned from wearing pasties and G-strings to work. And the U.S. District Court ruled that it was unconstitutional. The judgment centered on the dress code laws in the city of Everett passed in 2017, which the workers say clearly targeted their business where they worked. U.S. District Judge Ricardo Martinez found the dress code, which required all, quote, quick service facility workers to wear shorts and T-shirts that would cover their midriffs, violates the Equal Protection Clause of the U.S. Constitution as well as the Washington Constitution's 14th Amendment because it targets women's clothing and not men's. The court found that the dress code was shaped by gender-based discrimination. Yes.
What was that, Dave?
I wouldn't want them making the food in said bikinis, but otherwise, yeah, it seems fine.
I mean,
well, it's just coffee.
It's just coffee. It's
drive-through coffee stands.
Yeah, it's a drive-through coffee stand.
Oh, okay.
Right, like
it's
the old.
Really big in the Pacific Northwest, like Northern California, all the way up the coast. Really big up there.
Oh, I mean, cute college girls in bikinis serving coffee. What's wrong with that? I mean, it's not the Thursday night B team strippers out there doing it. It's just the cute college girls.
VeggieTales probably wouldn't approve, but other than that, probably good.
There's a lot of things the VeggieTales wouldn't approve of.
Hey, you gotta live by VeggieTales. That's a good, solid foundation there.
Oh, where is my hairbrush?
VeggieTales never told you to do anything bad.
Yeah.
I need to make VeggieTales patches.
A tactical Larry.
Tactical Bob
would be pretty cool.
Tactical Larry boy.
Oh, hold on now.
Oh, wait a minute.
A Star Wars VeggieTale crossover.
I think that's called 3-2-1 Penguins, but okay.
But it's not Bob the Tomato with.
Oh no, that was Star Trek
with buns. Bob the Tomato with the Leia buns.
Oh, Yes. Yes.
Right?
Old
I think
Ben,
that could work.
old Ben Cucumber.
The mini asparagus Ewoks.
Junior asparagus. Oh yeah.
There you go. Larry Boy
Those dog
Kenobi, you're
voices.
my only hope.
The slump is over, boys. I got ideas.
I don't know. Take everything I say with a grain of salt.
Oh, I did find a guy in Kentucky who's been making embroidery patches for like 15 years. Texted him. He got himself the machines to do PVC patches here in the States. So I'm gonna get with him after SHOT Show and see if we can start making USA made patches.
That one
In
is
USA.
from a guy in Kentucky.
Nice.
That's one. That was the first patch I ever bought on Abolitionist, but yeah, that's from a guy in Kentucky. I got that one on eBay when that was still a safe option. No. See, now I got just completely sidetracked.
When don't you?
When are we ever not sidetracked?
I'm
But,
not good for like a straight storyline.
Yeah. The judge wrote, quote, assuming the owners of bikini barista stands are unable or unwilling to enforce this dress code at some point, law enforcement will be asked to measure the exposure of skin by some method. This encourages a humiliating, intrusive, and demoralizing search on women, disempowering them and stripping them of their freedom.
Is that an intentional pun?
Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. A representative of the city Everett said that the city is assessing the court's decision and will determine next steps in the next several days. Representative also sent McClatchy News. That's the article. An investigative report from police department that ultimately argued a dress code would cut down on crimes linked to bikini barista stands, including prostitution, lewd conduct, and sexual assault. The workers had argued that places such as McDonald's and Starbucks attract more crime than the bikini barista stands, and that targeted regulation was unconstitutional because, quote, bikini barista stands are not the primary cause of serious crime. Which it's not wrong, but I for one am fully in support of bikini baristas literally wearing whatever they want.
Yes.
I mean, if a bikini barista were to wear a bikini and have Leia hair buns, I might get 3 or 4 cups of coffee in a row.
Just keep going in circles.
Just keep going in circles.
Just ask for a number and you'll be fine. Save yourself on some coffee change.
I am an easy man to please. But yeah, that's an update. We covered that article when the lawsuit first happened back in 2017 or 2018, whichever it was. But
it finally just got appealed now.
The order it finally went to the state Supreme Court. There was an initial one, a local one that I think the city won, and it was appealed. So
Speedy trial, my ass.
Speedy trial. There's no such thing as a speedy trial.
I've actually watched several inmates get released off of stuff that they clearly did just because the prosecution dragged their feet. And I was like, dude, speedy trial, and they're like, that's right. And
yeah. I read an article just yesterday about a guy got released after 38 years because they finally tested DNA evidence that said he was not guilty. Like the guy's been asking for the DNA evidence to be tested since 2000, and the judge denied testing it, and he finally got the Innocence Project involved, and the Innocence Project had the DNA tested, and it found out that it wasn't his, and they took 38 years of his life.
Yep,
Yeah.
and that's in California where there's a cap on what was that, reimbursement or whatever that you can actually.
Yeah,
sue
we
for.
had a discussion about that. Yeah, the max reimbursement's like $140 a day. So it took 38 years of his life. 38 years of his life, and the most he can get is like 1.9 million. No, a little messed up, but that's our that's the way our system works.
Get out. You're not gonna be able to work. No one's gonna hire you.
Yep.
Yep.
So if that 1.9
Yeah, your
million
name's
taxes
your
is
name's already
probably
thrashed.
half that.
Right. Yeah, your name is thrashed. Technology has passed you by. Life has passed you by. He's already too old to have kids.
Been institutionalized.
Hiring and all that stuff. It doesn't say like what have you been found guilty of. It's what have you been charged with.
Yep. So,
Whether you're acquitted or not guilty at all, it's still there on the record. You have to put it there. And
so.
so right back.
Yeah. So, but speaking of that, let's
or some shit.
once you throw out where people can get a hold of you and follow you, and then we'll clear up and get out of here.
Yes, you, Dave.
Okay.
Yes, you did. Throw out all your links, bro.
Let's see. Poppinspatches.com is the main website.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I post, as soon as I get it, goes there first. About a week afterwards, I'll usually post things to Etsy. If it doesn't get banned. Let's see. Poppins Patches is the Instagram and the Facebook. We're banned on Twitter.
For now, until Musk, does his thing.
I mean, if he was smart, he probably would be banned anyway. No, I think that's all my calls.
Yeah, I have.
We got patches. We got tactical tricorn hats. I can make them in custom colors and patterns if you want. I can do the same thing with pants and combat shirts. If you want me to make you a custom patch, I'd be more than glad to. It takes about 30 so days after we finalize the design, get it made, and shipped right to you. And we also sell airsoft guns.
Airsoft pews.
Hmm?
Pew, pew, pew,
Oh yeah, airsoft
pews.
plastic slingers.
Plastic slingers.
Yeah, so if I ever make comments for the gun store, I do all their social media and stuff. So all firearms are lead slingers, and all airsoft stuff.
Gotcha.
Because the algorithm doesn't want those.
So since you
And then
do
paintball guns or paint slingers.
I do have the ability for my distributor to do paint slingers. I just haven't had the demand to order any of them yet. And I think when I get like a physical location, then I can start stocking up on those things rather than mostly patches. But I'll definitely put in paint and airsoft and Nerf and all that kind of stuff.
So since you do the plastic pews, any plans for a Pac-Man patch?
Patchlabs.de has the best Pac-Man stuff.
Yes, they do.
So I try with the patch making community is not very large. So we do try to not step on each other's toes, and like if somebody's making one patch, you don't make the same thing.
That makes sense. I can respect that.
But then, like if someone's doing stuff,
their patch is not AR-15s.
Right. If someone if I was doing the bluey stuff, if someone else makes a bluey thing, it's not that big a deal because I don't own the copyright to that. I didn't make it. But if someone else started making like boogaloo sharks, that would be rude.
Very, very rude. So.
I mean, tropical fish.
Tropical fish, yes. Tropical fish.
Brandon Beaver. I saw a dude quote that on the news the other day. He starts talking about Brandon Beaver v. Ohio. I was like, oh.
I know that one. I
know case law.
Yeah. I picked that one up from one of the other podcasts I was on the Vanu. But check out all our links. Check out our link tree for all our other links. I'm not gonna do all that other stuff because
that's usually Andrew's gig.
Yeah, and Andrew's not here, so they don't get fucking said.
Yeah,
bastard.
Blame Andrew.
Yeah,
I hope
your Packers
allergies.
Yeah. I hope your Packers lose. So, all right, give us a piece of life advice, Dave.
I don't know if you're gonna like it, but praise Jesus. Do unto others what you would have done unto you. And
I can absolutely respect that.
let's see. Treat your kids good. Be a good dad. Be a good mom. Don't leave them. Otherwise, my former coworkers will run into them, and that's not good. All this country really needs to get things back on track is just being good parents, and that is so woefully lost on so many people. I walk around with my 2-year-old to church or to the zoo or whatever. Go out. My wife works 30 days a week. 30 days a month. So she's always at work. She works like 16-hour shifts. She's a doctor out here. But so when I walk out with my 2-year-old, I get like old ladies and old guys coming up to me going, "Oh, it is so good to see like a good dad taking time with their kid," or "It's so good to see a dad watching their child." I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
Why am I getting recognized for it? God damn.
Like, I did the stay-at-home dad thing for the first couple of years of my kids' lives.
I had friends that were like, "Oh, I can't go out and babysit my kids." You don't babysit your own kids.
No. So, yeah, be a fucking parent and clean up your room. Go listen to Jordan Peterson. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.